So yeah, so my talk is relatively focused on Google Cloud Platform and how it will be beneficial for you, especially for those who would want to push their product from research to production. We know that in generally, we can create several models. There's already standard models, and we can actually customize some of the models that we are relatively building. It is kind of hard for us to push this to production, and Google Cloud offers different solutions for you. So for example, in image classification, you have already generic tasks. You can already perform image classification, but for custom tasks, if you would want to have specific labels, Google Cloud is also like a way for you to do that on very, very quickly. Same goes with NLP. There's already like generic tasks which extracts like part of speech tagger, doing sentiment analysis, but in some of the cases, you have your own custom way to categorize data. For example, you would want to understand if this text is related to programming, if this text is related to, is this text an opinion? And Google Cloud offers different types of variety of products in which for you that you can use so that you can create or prototype quickly an idea, or if you want to leverage on existing platforms that they have been using for their product. So you have, for application developers, you have machine learning APIs available. For data scientists and ML practitioners, you can actually build custom machine learning on the fly using Cloud ML Engine. And for those who relatively like hate coding, you have Cloud Auto ML for it. You can actually create automatically custom machine learning model on cloud. So first is machine learning as an API. So you have lots of API that you can use in Google Cloud Platform. So you have cloud speech to text systems there. You have cloud vision. You have cloud natural language, video intelligence, and cloud translation. And it's nice to point a while ago, this is an effort to build like localized language because some of the languages are not yet supported. But if you are analyzing English and other major languages, which is relatively good to leverage on this. So you have cloud vision and cloud natural language. You have all of this available functionalities for Cloud Vision API, which can detect faces. You can also like perform safe search. You can also perform OCR. And for Cloud Natural Language, it can already extract entities for you. It can also detect sentiments. It can also analyze syntax and classify contents. So one of the users of Cloud Vision ML in production is, if you notice, Giphy. If you're using Giphy, they have been leveraging on the power of the Vision API in natural language, which is running behind their systems. If you are not into leveraging and using existing out-of-the-box APIs, you can also train using your own data and do it on the cloud itself. So Cloud AutoML, it allows you to train custom machine learning models, leveraging on vision if you're analyzing images, if you're analyzing text and translation, without writing the model. So, hello. Thank you so much. So what you need to do is you need to just collect data and put your data on the Cloud AutoML, and Cloud AutoML will automatically do the training, deployment, and surveying for your API applications. All you need to do is to collect. You don't need to bother coding itself. You just need to collect all the data, put it on Cloud AutoML, and Cloud AutoML handle from end-to-end delivery and making it accessible via a REST API. So what are examples in which I can leverage on AutoML? So if you're analyzing, for example, clouds, if in using Cloud Vision API, it will just only pinpoint that this is a sky. But in some of the cases, if you would want to be strict as to what type of sky is it, because there's a different variety of sky. It could be cumulus, it could be nimbus, it could be cirrus. This is where Cloud AutoML comes in. This is where you now customize and have a deeper understanding or label and category for your data. So several AutoML Vision users includes Disney, who would relatively analyze their data to push much more content or recommendations for their product. And you also have Urban Outfitters who are still doing the same. So while AutoML Vision allows you to create image classification model, you can also leverage on AutoML natural language, which is analyzing in text data. So you can perform prediction with your own existing text data. You can also predict several news headlines if you like, and predict conditions associated to patient symptoms if you are into the medicine space. So at the same point in time, there's also an appropriate AutoML translate, which is very, very specific for the data that you would want to focus on. Because we know that, for example, driver could mean many different things in different verticals that you would like to explore. It could mean like this driver or that specific taxi driver or driver for your computer. Right? So Cloud AutoML Translate enables you to drill down as to what would be your own definition, okay? What would be your own way of analyzing and understanding the text itself. So several users of AutoML Translate includes WeLocalize, which is the largest localization providers, OpenTable, and Blackboard itself. So at the same point in time, sometimes using out-of-the-box APIs prohibit us to checking if this model that I have built is relatively good or not, okay? So wonderful way to allow us to do our own thing, okay? Observe what's happening with our model and requires us to have more control over to the machine learning that we're developing. So this is where Cloud ML Engine comes in. So Cloud ML Engine allows you to build, train, and serve custom models with your own internal data. So how does it work? You actually try to leverage the use of several existing programming languages or machine learning libraries such as TensorFlow, you have PyTorch, you have Keras, XGBoost, and you try to actually build your machine learning model using this machine learning libraries and push and do the training on the Cloud ML Engine itself. So in Cloud ML Engine, it can also enable you to perform distributed training, especially if you have a huge amount of data. You can handle training using GPUs and TPUs, and it's a fully managed platform for machine learning. So you can do your training on the cloud. If you don't have the resources offline to do the training itself, you can do the training on the cloud. So ML Engine in production, so Rolls-Royce are actually using this to analyze and train object detection models and detect and identify track objects in the vessel. And you have also Ocado, which is the largest grocery delivery service in the UK, who is using Cloud ML Engine. So just to highlight what are the 3 points for this presentation, it appears on different variety of levels of knowledge for developers and application developers and researchers who would want to push their product into and their machine learning model to production. So you can use a pre-trained API to accomplish machine learning tasks. You would relatively just use machine learning APIs for image analysis, NLP, and translation. If that doesn't appease the use case that you are building, you can also use and train model using your own data without writing the code itself using AutoML. And if you would want to have a much more handhold to the algorithms and provide much more customization towards the machine learning models that you are developing, you can use and train and serve it on the ML engine. So here are some of the links that allows you to understand better the discussions that I have covered, which is very relatively quick. And hopefully you can apply the usage of these tools when you publish and when you produce and put into production your machine learning models. Thank you very much.